Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's Messages of Love from Above. And I'm, as always, super excited to see what messages come through from Spirit. Before we get into the readings, I do want to send love out to the world because when we magnify this unconditional love within ourselves out to the world, one of us doing it transforms so much of the fear energy that's out in the world, that lower vibrational energy. And of course, unconditional love is the highest vibrating energy, the most powerful. So when we vibrate that, it counteracts so much fear in the world. And then when more than one of us do it separately, it builds. But when we do it together, it multiplies. So that's why I like to do it here. Whether you're watching live or on replay, we can all join together outside of space and time and multiply this beautiful love to the world and make a difference. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath and come back to right here, right now, so we can start. We just let that love flow down into our own heart and fill us up and flow out to the world, circling the globe in a giant bubble of love, seeing that love flood just move across the world, across the seas, across the sky, across the lands, touching every heart that is ready to vibrate higher and higher and higher love energy. Just see it sparking hearts all over the world, from leaders of countries all the way to the pets, even our fur babies, our feather babies, allowing this love just to expand in every single heart. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love right now, for your heart, for your mind, your body, for a situation, a relationship, for another loved one, we send the love to you right now with an extra oomph, surrounding you, the situation, that loved one. Just take it all in like a giant tree takes in beautiful sunlight from the sun. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. I felt your guys' energy. Woo! Got all my hair on my arms are standing up. So thank you guys so much for joining me and doing that and allowing the space for this as well. Hope everyone's having an amazing day or amazing evening wherever you guys are at in the world. Before we get into the readings, I always like to make sure everyone knows every week I do put out a drawing. On Tuesdays, I put out a video announcing what I'm giving away the following Monday. What you need to do to get into the drawing and any giveaway news. Here is the link for this last Tuesdays, because in the month of May, I'm going to be giving away a total of 33 readings. I gave away 10 on the first Monday, and then 4 this last Monday, and I'll be giving away at least 4 each of the remaining Mondays in May, which includes like the first Monday in June because it covers some of the May. Blah blah blah. Right. But check out the video if you're wanting to know how you can get into the drawings, because there's 4 different ways for the 4 different drawings. So that is what we have. Also, every week I put out at least one pick a card reading. This week we put out 2. Wednesday we put out what are they thinking about you right now, which was a really interesting one. They're all interesting to me, but this one was pretty cool, even more than normal. And then this morning, with Mama's Day coming this weekend, we ask, what does mom want to say to you? And that's divine feminine energy, or our moms, or the goddess. It's whatever energies are there. So if you haven't checked those out, be sure to do that. I also have a ton of pick a cards on my main page. So if you ever are looking for some extra guidance, they're all free there too. Also, every month I put out a monthly reading for each individual zodiac sign, and here's the playlist for that. So you haven't checked that out yet, be sure to do that. I'm including now in the beginning, it has like a little list of how each of the planets impact each of our different areas of our life. And so it's like looking out windows out into our lives. And if we want to know, like, our love, of course, we look at our Venus sign. That's also how we deal with feminine energies in our lives. If we want to know how we're dealing like with male energies, we can look at the Mars. If it's dad, father type of things, then it's like Jupiter, and that's also our luck and our abundance. So there's a lot of wonderful ways we can look out and see things. And so you can get a great picture of what area of your life you're wanting to zero in onto. So I like all that. And that is everything. That's all of the blah, blah, blahs. So thank you for your patience as I check off my list in my mind here. It helps with my Capricorn rising. So thank you for all that. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, first of all. So glad to have you here. And how these readings work. So the not live readings, I was just clicking on live chat. The readings here, the free readings, there's no special list. The chat is the list. You just put your question out there. And if you don't want to put your business out there, then you can ask for guidance or a general reading. Spirit knows what you want. And so, that's how we can go about that. I do go down in order, first come, first serve for all of the free readings. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I'll step outside of the free readings. I do dive deeper into those, pulling more cards, and then I return back to the free readings and move down the list. Normally, I'm on for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Sometimes I stretch it longer. If spirit pushes me to do it, we do it. So I try to get through as many free readings as I can. Because I know not everyone is able to give donations. So that's my way of giving back to all of you lovely souls. How you give a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom of the screen. Also in the pinned comment and in the description box of the video, I have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So whatever way you want to do that, you can do that. And that's how it works. There's no set dollar amount. I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, even with us day to day, country to country, world to world, planet to planet, universe to universe. So energy is energy. So that's what we have for that. All right. I think that is everything. So let's get into the readings. I am going to be using this beautiful Ancestral Path Tarot today. So if you like it and you're like, I want those for me, now you know what the box looks like wherever you pick up your tarot or your cards. So let me give you this a quick shuffle and we'll get started. I do have a donation, so we will start with Julia. Thank you so much, Julia, for your donation. And let's take a look here. I think you already asked your question. Yes, you did. I believe that's you. Yep, that's you. Pictures match. So you wanted to know, first of all, hello. How did Leo take your invite? Ooh, okay. Let's take a look here and see what is Leo's energy around this invite here. All right. So they went to that one. That one. All right. Let's see what they have going on here. All right. Well, it looks good here. You've got the this is the 9. Sorry, I just heard a jet flying over 9 of sacred circles, 9 of pentacles. This is kind of where they're at. They're developing this solid foundation of themselves. So I feel like they have this hermity type of energy around them. And they have the Six of Cups, which is equal here. The Six of Cups can be nostalgia, past memories and stuff, but I just feel in here there's like 3 cups on each side. So they have this mutual interest, this mutual emotion that they want to experience, and so they're willing to come out of their little cave here to the Empress, which is all about new beginnings, harvest, passion, sensuality. It's the new birth type of card here. So that's this newness, this new adventure, this new beginning energy coming in here. And we got the star card too here. So, this is like wish fulfillment, wishing upon a star. Um, there's some balancing energy in here too, but very Aquarian energy, like they're ready for to experience, that Aquarian Uranus energy is all about suddenness and spontaneity, which I like. They like it. Um, and I feel like it's so new for them. I just feel like even though they're a Leo, I feel like they have a lot of introvert uh type of energy around them. Like they, like to, nah, not needy at all. I like it because it's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and I feel like they just are. They like that. Even like I was saying, even though they're Leo energy, which is usually firing out, they outgoing. I feel like a lot of their other chart, maybe like the energy of their birth chart, or experiences, have made them really like to be alone, and have alone time. But I feel like with your contact here, definitely with the Empress and the Star card here, they like the spontaneity and they're ready to do things differently. I just feel like they're reaching this point in their life that they're tired of existing. They're tired of playing it safe with their heart. And oh, very cool. Yeah. And I feel like they're like, I it's almost like they were getting frustrated with themselves that they're like, I'm missing out on so much because I'm so scared about things. And I feel like they've been releasing stuff and they're like, it's almost like they're going, okay, this is going to be I'm going to have a yes day. And whenever anyone asks me for something, I'm going to say yes. And then they're like, no, no, I don't want to do that. But then they're like, yes, I want to do something. I want to go do stuff. Um, because and ease into it, like taking them to a mosh pit concert where they're bouncing around and people are all on their face. Yeah, probably that's a big leap. Maybe a concert in the grass where everyone is split out far away from each other and there's an openness to it, right? But I like it. I like it. It's very positive. And I don't feel any angst like like they would feel before. I feel like that they are being drawn out of their cave by you, and they're willing to do it with you, and so I like it. So that is what is coming through, Julia. So ease them into it. You know, so I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. I'm excited for what comes out here. Yeah, no mosh pits. Hey, Sonia, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being a new subscriber. And we will get down to your question eventually here. We just have quite a few in front of you, so I will get there. And welcome, welcome to the Soul family. All right. So I think that is it for the donations right now. So we will jump to the top and start working our way down. So High Priest Girl, hello, hello. So X or next, who is coming with good intentions and anything about this new person? All right, let's take a look here. Okay. Well, here's your 2 cards. So, mhm, mhm. So I do hear the 10 of staves is ending of old energies and beginning of new. So not X'd, it's definitely next. The 10 of wands, which is what this is the ending of carrying all this energy, all the energy invested before it's a brand new, Ace of Wands comes after it, right? It's the ending and the new beginning. So it's new passion, new, 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 new. Anything about the new person? Well, they are the devil. I'm just kidding. Very much Capricorn energy. So it could definitely be a Capricorn or someone that has a lot of Capricorn in their chart. The devil card here, it is the Saturn energy where they've done a lot of work. They've really have had their cage shaken in their life and they like doing the work. They like looking at things and transforming things because that Saturn energy, when you do that work, you get the reward. So I feel like they are really so much on the path of being true to their authentic selves and not being drawn so much by everyone's supposed to's and shoulds and need to's, all these external opinions. They've really had their cage rattled, like I said, most of their life, where they've had to um, face things. And at an early age, I feel like they've grown up very fast, but they're so much just centered in who they are. So I really like that about them. And that is what they have for you right now, High Priest Girl. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list. So healing vibes. You want to know why is he ignoring you? All right. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want you to know. All right. So here's your two cards. Okay. Hmm. Well, it looks like here they're on this new path. We've got the Death and the Rebirth card and the Fool card, and two major arcana, which means they're going through a big, huge change and adjustment in their life. Of course, Death and Rebirth means there's endings and new beginnings of a lot of things happening in their life. And the Fool card is this brand new adventure, free of a lot of expectations and restrictions. The card before this is the World card, which is the last card in the major arcana, and this is the Zero card, the first card in the major arcana. This is why it's such a new beginning, free, because the World card is ending of old cycles, and this is the new beginning that comes in. But the Full card, if you look at it as energy like a little child who first comes in as a baby into the world without any supposed to's or shoulds or need to's or have to's, there's this free feeling from it. And I feel like they were just feeling so overwhelmed in so many different areas in their life. It almost feels like a mini midlife crisis where they are just like, I can't handle it anymore, trying to be who they thought everyone wants me to be, and all this blah blah blah, because and it's not even stuff that necessarily anyone implements, because it's all in here from when they were growing up, all these popular opinions of supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must around relationship and job and education and social status and body and possessions and homes and money. And I mean, there's so many rules, right? That at some point we're just like, I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and pressure. And then they're just that's when midlife crisis kind of energy happens. We're just like tired. I can't deal with it anymore. It's too overwhelming. I give up. And in that giving up, they have like a reboot in life. And then they're just discovering that they can go live their life. I feel like that's what they're going through right now. So they're ignoring everyone. I feel like they're just in this super duper transformative, just I don't want to deal with anyone or anything. I'm just trying to discover what I want now and to move forward in it. So that's the energy I feel coming through, healing vibes. So hopefully that resonates, but hang in there. It's not personal for sure. It's just it feels like it's their entire life that's happening there. So that is what's going on. All right, so many blessings. Hang in there. Hey, Aldana. Hello, hello. I like your hey. I am doing very well. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well. And you can absolutely ask for a general reading. I'm so glad you enjoy the messages. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, that one. Anything else? And that one. All right. Yeah, you are on a beautiful inner path here. The Hierophant is an invitation to dive deep into you to really discover who it is you truly want to be and what you truly want to do in life. It's this connection to a higher place, rather than trying to live up to all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos of the past. And this is the Seven of Swords. Swords are the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets. And the Seven of Swords are all of these small t truths that you're realizing have cheated you out of experiences, thievery, deceit. These are your own mindsets, though, your thoughts and beliefs that have kept you from it. And I like this because you're discovering all these popular opinions that were given to you that have been deceiving you and trying to restrict you and make you do and be who you're not wanting to be and what you're not wanting to do. And there's this freedom that's coming here. The five is what the Hierophant is. It's a significant card of change in your life, being a major arcana too. So I feel like you're having this significant awakening. You've been awakening for a long time, I feel, but I feel like this is a significant like upgrade. Instead of going up like a floor at a time, I feel like you've taken an elevator and you've gone up 10 floors, where suddenly you're just having these epiphanies that are like blowing your mind, and they're going to continue to do that. So continue on this beautiful, beautiful invitation for that inner search there, because it is changing your life, and I like that for you. So that is what's coming through, Aldona. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. Ms. Dra, hello. You want to know the outcome with Leo and his feelings towards you. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here around this Leo. All right. Well, there are the Six of Wands here is this victory type of feel here. And the star card is this, wish fulfillment, wishing upon a star kind of card. So it does feel like there's this movement here forward. There's this balancing energy, but it feels very progressive. It feels like it's moving forward, that it is going to end up where feel like it's a dream come true, a wish come true here. Now, um, like with their feelings towards you here with that Six of Wands, it feels very, seen. If you think of this as like someone, here's someone standing out in the crowd, here the star is shining bright in the darkness. I feel like the feelings towards you is that they see you as someone that does bring this hope. This is a hope card, and it does bring like it allows them to feel seen, and I feel like you give them that type of attention, right? And but it feels very one-sided, doesn't it? Well, that's Leo energy, not to offend Leos, but Leos, it's that fiery. Leos want to be seen. It's part of their energy. It's part of the character that we play with that Leo energy. We all have Leo energy in it, but if they have a sun, that's their CEO of their life, and it just like everything that unfolds for them, I feel is about them being seen. So the feelings towards you, I just feel like it's you make them feel seen, you give them a lot of attention, and have effort toward them, right? Is what I feel. And they like that. That's what they're wanting is attention. But doesn't feel reciprocal, Ms. Draw. It feels like you're giving, 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 giving. And that's where I feel this. It's almost like the outcome ends up being where I feel like you might be looking at something more. This dream come true isn't with this Leo. I feel like there's this victory. You're like, oh, they like that I'm giving them attention and they really like being around me. Like, who wouldn't? I know in like a lot of my relationships, I was an overgiver. Who wouldn't want that? But I wasn't getting anything back. I was exhausted. I was becoming resentful because give, give, give. And they're like, but I like being with you. And I'm like, yeah, who wouldn't? Who doesn't want someone who's, pouring money and, attention and love and everything into you, but what are you giving back, right? And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. They're it's not that they're intentionally trying to use you, it's just what they're wanting, and they have this desire. But I feel like there's something more. I feel like the star card, wishing upon a star, I feel like you're wanting something more, and I don't feel like it's going to work out, because I feel like you're gonna get to the point where you are resentful, where you are exhausted, and you just can't give anymore, and then you will choose to go, "You know what? I don't think this is what I want." So I don't feel like it's them that leaves, because who would want to leave that? Who wants to leave you? You're giving, 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 right? But you're just like, "I've had enough," is what I feel you'll get to. So that's what's going on, Miss Ross. So hang in there, and much love to you. All right, Dijona Sturgis, you are up next. The good stuff. Any good stuff coming your way? What does Spirit want to share around the good stuff that is headed towards you here? Woo, all right. Well, okay. Think it's pretty clear here. You got the Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups, the bringer of romance, the movement of emotion, the Two of Cups. So you definitely have. I feel like you get this a lot. So there is movement. They are headed your way. Someone's coming here to offer you this new love. So it is not far off, because I feel like we keep getting a love is coming, love is around the corner. Here it comes. It's coming around the corner. So I just encourage you, to continue to look into your own heart, raise your love vibration, self-love, 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 because it's actually a win-win for us. It can be selfish, and that's okay. The more we open the self-love to the upper realms, the bigger the pipeline to humans in the outside world too, because we can't love others more than the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if our pipeline of our self-love is that big, that's all that's going to be able to go out and come in from our heart. But the more we expand that self-love, it also expands that, so it can be this huge love in and out of our heart, which I feel like they're saying prepare for it, because this is going to be a love like you haven't had before. And I like it for you. So there we go, Dijona. I am excited, and many blessings to you. All right. And SK, you are up next. Thank you so much for liking the video. And it's a great reminder for me too. I get caught up in the readings, that I just don't do as good a job as I could. And thanking all of you for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It's something you can do that's free. Seems like a small thing, but it definitely helps spread the Zen love. So thank you, all of you that give the video a thumbs up, because you are part of the love tsunami. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, SK. So you want to know, how is Niarika Taluja or Tulua feeling about you? You're not in contact. All right, let's take a look here and see what is going on here. Okay, what else? What are their feelings for you, and what is happening? Let's see here. All right. You know, their feelings here, it's like there's this death and rebirth, right? So I feel like there's been this ending, and I'm not even sure if you're aware of what pain they've had here. The 5 of Cups shows built cups and emotions, and the whole thing about the 5 of Cups is that we come here to experience the lower vibrational, emotions that are rooted in fear of losing conditional love, the fear of rejection, fear of failure, and all those delicious emotions that are opposite of what we're used to feeling back home. And there's so much in the subconscious that I don't even feel like you're aware of the thing that created this deep, deep wound within them, because it rippled and echoed a past pain that they had experienced. And it could be something that seemed so small from your perspective, but in their world, it echoed very loudly because of the pain that happened to them when they were younger. It just flooded in with them. It's like you don't realize someone has like a broken ankle and you bump their foot and you just think, oh, it's just a bump, but they have a broken foot that no one is aware of because they hide it really well. And it just created this excruciating pain that caused them to back away and just to, you know, want to have distance. So there's something that triggered from their past in your interactions, and they have these protective walls. I feel like they do have this all or nothing type of energy around them too, that when they were younger, it was like they either got attention, positive and negative attention, or nothing. And so they have this black and white world of all or nothing. And so because it's not all, they have to cut it off and do nothingness, because whatever this emotion was that triggered, it made them feel like they were worthless. And that's the all or nothing mentality. There's no world of gray. It's either totally 100% on or zero. There's no 1%, 2%, anything in between. It's either 0 or 100, and that's why there's no contact, why they pulled away, because of that. So it's nothing that I feel you did intentionally, like you bumped someone, like the ankle, and you're just like, "Why did they, like, suddenly, run away from me and slam the door, and where'd they go? What did I do?" It's that kind of feel, but you don't realize everything that was underneath the surface, that something that, again, that seems so small to you was huge like a tsunami to them. So that's what's coming in, SK. All you can do is send them love. In a black or white world, they're either talking with you in your face or 1,000 miles away, right? So hang in there. Just send them love. That's all really you can do. So many, many blessings there. And up next, we got Manju. I love saying your name. I hope you don't get offended. I like it. I like it. And you want to know, do you have a destined partner and how will they be? All right. Okay. We'll give you an extra card for my extreme pronunciation of your name. Okay. Well, I'm glad we did. So, do you have a destined partner? Um, I feel like you do here. I mean, the 10 of wands is about this journey, and I feel like that, spirit is saying, yeah, you do, but you don't have to invest so much energy in finding them. The 10 of wands is about, all the energy that you invest towards something, and because you're looking for a destined partner, it's like when we're focusing on the destined partner, we might be focusing on that they're missing in our life. And then when we focus on that they're missing in our life, all this energy we're investing in going, like, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? We're basically telling the universe, I enjoy wondering where my life partner is. Like, oh, good. So let's keep hiding them from you because you enjoy wondering where they're at. And it's like, no, that's not what you want, right? So I feel like the 10 of staves, the 10 of wands is this ending of where you're investing your energy instead of wondering and searching because they're like, oh, you're enjoying the scavenger hunt. You're like, actually, no, I'm kind of tired of searching. I would like them to come into my life now. So like, oh, well, let's switch the energy then on gratitude. Gratitude for who is in your life right now, not who's not in your life. And that draws in more things because then your energy is telling the universe, I enjoy being grateful for people in my life. So bring more people into my life to be grateful for. And then that is that drawing, you're raising that vibration, which is drawing you closer. I feel like part of what the journey has been too, has been around this devil card with Saturn energy, shaking your rattling your cage around who you're destined partner is supposed to be, when you're supposed to meet them, how you're supposed to meet them, all of that. There's this releasing of all this with that 10 of wands too, of going, you know what? Gonna trust you, universe, that you're gonna bring in the perfect person, the perfect way. And I know the last one's a tough one, in the perfect timing, right? Trusting the universe, releasing all the energy of trying to find that love and realizing you are enough without anything. You don't need anything else. And start living your passion, start living your life, because that's what draws them in. And it's kind of weird how that works. I know it's like when I worked in corporate life, when I tried to invest so much in trying to achieve things, I would just barely meet goals. No bonuses, no raises, no promotions, and anything. When I'd be like, fine, like the 10 of wands, gonna stop doing all that energy. I'm gonna enjoy myself. And I would enjoy myself, and then doing a tenth of the work, I would get bonuses and raises and promotions. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. How does this happen this way? But it's like, oh, when I learned about energy, I'm like, oh, because I was focusing on trying to get these things, my energy was in trying to get. And I'm basically saying, I enjoy trying to get and not getting. I enjoy the trying. And they're like, all right, well, let's keep them trying then, because they enjoy it. And instead, I started to be grateful for what I did have, and then more things to be grateful came in, if that makes more sense. And you do, boom, the sun card. This was the extra card. Brightness, beauty, Leo energy, this wonderful flow of victory, and this childlike energy of the Leo, which is all about enjoying the moment, enjoying the day, allowing it to be an adventure instead of work, 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 trying to achieve something, which is what the Capricorn Saturn energy is. Do the work, 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 work. And you're like, you're ready to have a break and have something more, less feeling like a burden, and feeling more open here. I like that Leo energy too, the destined partner, how they'll be, could be Leo. I definitely feel like a fire sign, because I feel like you're drawing in someone who is, I don't want to say opposite, but someone who has this trigger for you to enjoy life. Because feel like you really, maybe you are Capricorn, because I'm a Capricorn rising, so I totally see the world about task, getting things done, get the reward, boom, 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 boom. So I understand that, but I definitely, like my host, my one of my best friends here, they're Sagittarius. They're fiery. They're like, laugh, funny, 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 and sometimes they're like, "Why are you being so serious? Come on, let's get out of task mode and into fun." I'm like, "Oh, that's right, that's right. Laugh, laugh, laugh." Right. So I feel like that's the kind of energy. So it could be, a Leo, but it could also be a Sagittarius or an Aries too. So that's what I have for you, Manju. So many blessings for you. We'll continue moving down the list. You are very welcome. All right. So, Star Girl, you are up next. Excuse me. So, you'd like guidance for how you can bring or attract the right partner in your life. Okay. Yeah. So, it will be all about your energy here. I feel. Let's take a look here and see what cards come out. I feel like it's going to be, um, well, so this is what you want to focus on here. Got the lovers and the 9 of cups, emotional wish fulfillment. So this is what you focus on. Instead of, we are just talking about all the energy, right? When we focus on gratitude and we look at our energy, what we are focusing on, that's what draws things in, right? The more we focus into the 9 of cups, the 9 is like a hermit's journey. It's the internal, right? And so it's finding the internal love and raising your inner love vibration is what draws in the right partner for your life. And by right partner, every partner that we draw into our life is perfect, right? They are perfect for our journey where we're at the time. When we are focusing on our fears and our lower vibrational, energies and emotions, we draw in lower vibrational individuals, and they are perfect for us in that moment because they are the mirror reflecting back to us where we're at, and that's what we want to see. We want to see that, oh, I fear that people are going to cheat on me. I draw in a cheater, so that they can show me, oh, look at your fear. And it's like, wow. And then when we experience it and we're seeing these mirrors and we do our shadow work, right? We focus on our self love, we start removing these outdated thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around love and relationship. We start releasing emotions that no longer serve us. We're raising this love vibration, focusing on developing our self love. That raises our love vibration. And then we bring in the right partner that matches that energy. So when we're looking at what am I attracting? Well, when I do what I've always done, I get what I've always gotten. But when I raise my love vibration, it starts repelling these because it doesn't match the energy. Not so much repelling as it doesn't attract it anymore. It's like a magnet. When you switch the polarity of the magnet, it no longer draws, it pushes away while it draws in something more in alignment there. So that's the guidance. It's really focusing in on not focusing in what we're missing in our life, what is in our life that we don't want, but focusing on what we're grateful for, focusing on unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, because that is telling the universe, this is what I enjoy. It'll bring more of it to us. But if I focus on that, I feel I'm missing the perfect partner, or that I keep attracting these, individuals that are wrong for me, when I'm focusing on them, I'm feeding them and drawing them to me, right? And if I focus on that I'm missing the perfect person in my life, telling the universe, I really enjoy missing that, having that right person in my life. And they're like, oh, good. Well, let's have them miss more then, because they want to give you what you're enjoying, right? And we tell the universe what we're enjoying by where we're focusing our energy. So that's what they have for you, Stargo. Hopefully that makes sense. But many blessings to you. I like it. I like it. All right. So, Angel Bliss, you'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Priyanka. And you want to know what is coming towards you? And let's see, what does Spirit want you to know about what is coming towards you here? Okay. And that one here. All right. Let's see what we've got here. Ooh, all right. All right. All right. Wow. So you do have love headed your way here, and it is coming in fast and furious. You have the Ace of Cups, which can represent new love, and the Eight of Wands here is about passion, but it is about a lot of energy headed your way here. There's also this spiritual message that's coming in while this is happening, because this is representing your higher love. This is the love from above filling you up like a chalice and overflowing. And the more that you're raising this love vibration, the more you're hearing from spirit as well. These are spirit messages. So just as this is all unfolding, it not only is it drawing in new love, but you're getting a lot of communication from the spirit world in the outside world. So pay attention to seeing synchronicities out there, but you're also going to have like these thoughts that just drop into your head, and also these emotional movement of energies too. So they're just communicating in all sorts of ways too here, because you also have the star card here, which is this beautiful um the this is your, like, your higher self. So this connection, this draw to your higher self too. So that's why, I was looking at all of that, and you have the Princess of Cups, which is Page of Cups. It's, basically, here's the chalice that's being offered here. So you have on one side a spiritual draw upward, from the spirit world, and then you also have this love that's coming into your life here too. This is like what feels like a wish come true, wishing upon a star. You've got the love being offered here twice, and then the passion that comes in here too. So there is a lot of energy coming your way, both in the outside world and from the spiritual world. So I like this a lot here for you. So beautiful, beautiful messaging coming in. And I am excited for this. Aquarian energy here, there's, with both these cards, this can be suddenness, because Aquarian energy is ruled by Uranus, which is all about surprise. And that comes in here too. So I feel like both the spiritual stuff is going to be, you're just going to have these synchronicities that's coming out of nowhere, and you're just like, whoa, this is so cool. But then also I feel like you have this love offer that comes in out of nowhere, where you're just like, where did you come from? So I really like this for you. And not to spoil any surprises, but surprise. So that is what is coming through, Bianca. I like that for you. So many, many blessings. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Okay, I do have a couple donations coming in via email here. So let me just grab these here. All right, Meditating Tarot, thank you so much for your donation here. And take a look here. If you have not asked your question in the chat, if you want to pop that down there, I'm just going to scroll up here because I know I have a lot of requests already here. So let me just see if I didn't spot it yet here. I don't see it yet, Meditating Tarot. So if you want to pop your question down, you'll be up next. Let me just see here for the sake of time. All right, Renee, thank you so much for your donation. So I see your questions here. So while I'm waiting on Meditating Tarot there, we'll complete yours. So, oh, it's you, Shanta. Thank you. All right, thank you. So I will be back to you, Renee, because I did see Oshanta. I did see your question earlier, I believe. Let me just scroll up here. Yes, any career and financial message. All right, let's take a look here. All right, so what does Spirit want you to know about career and finances here? So they do want that one here and these two. All right. All right. Well, I do like this here. You've got the 7 of cups. And the 7 of cups here, I feel like as far as career, there's so many things that you could do. So many things that you're talented at, that you're able to really focus in on things and make things happen, right? I feel like it's almost like there's too many choices, and that it brings in like this confusion about what is my dream, what is it that I really, really want to do, and I like that. I like that you're figuring out here, connecting to your heart and seeing what is it truly that you want to do with your life. What makes your heart sing? And I feel like with the career here, this is an important piece coming in, because there's so many different things that you could do and that you enjoy doing, but it's figuring out the one that makes your heart sing, the one that really represents who is it that you want to be, you know, in life. How do you want to express this unconditional love in your heart with the world? Because I see here, here's your heart filling up and overflowing out to the world. And it's when you identify this, you have this new opportunities that just open up in the outside world, because your heart knows what it wants. And as soon as you recognize it and you're like, you know what, I'm going to cut away all these other things out here, and I'm only going to focus in on the one thing and not try to do too many things, then here is the journey that unfolds here. And I like it because once you do that, here's the Eight of Pentacles. It's you put in the blood, the sweat, the tears. If you needed to have education, if you need training, whatever you need to do, you do. And the Eight of Pentacles is about like an apprentice who becomes the master and things move forward. You're ready to leap into being your own individual, doing what you love, not trying to live up to what everyone else is wanting you to do. Because I kind of feel like that's what these are down here is the supposed to's, the shoulds, people's dreams that they've given you, saying, "This is your dream." And someone go, "No, no, this is your dream. No, no, no. See, Ashanta, this is your dream. No, this is your dream. This is your dream." And you're like, you know what? No, this is my dream. And I feel like you identify this and then you take action. And that's the whole thing is this fear of making a wrong choice. And the Five of Cups is a great card that comes in here with all of this because, we come down here to feel the lower vibrational emotions that are like, one of them is the fear of failure, right? We're like, what if I don't please the gods and please everyone else by not doing what I'm supposed to do? And that's the wonderful thing when we realize that, the Two of Cups that they hold here is our power of emotional choice. It also brings in the messaging of that I get to choose each moment what story I put to a situation and what energy I invest in it as well. And the fear of the future, the fear of failing is we fear we will fail other people. And that what are they going to think if I don't do what they are wanting me to do or what I've always been told I should do? In the universe, it's like a grandpa who takes their, a grandchild to play in a little park at a playground. And we get there and like, what am I supposed to start with? And they're like, go have fun. There's the swings, there's the slide, there's the merry-go-round. Go have a blast. And then but what am I supposed to ride first? Because I know there's something I'm supposed to do first, right? And they're like, no, no, go have fun. They're like, no, no, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, fine, go on the slide first. They're like, they just want to get us out and doing things on this adventure. And then we realize, and the slide was okay, but I love the swings. And so the swing is what your heart desires, and you go and you master swinging, right? And this is what I feel is happening here because you're realizing that your heart, I get to choose what something, what I feel as I go through something, what something means, and what energy. So we don't fear the future because I get to choose what it all means. Everyone's going to have their opinion anyway, but it doesn't mean we have to take it on as our own or fear it. We get to choose. And there's this amazing, freedom that comes from all that because we don't focus so much in on getting somewhere. We focus on living the dream in the moment and all the steps we take to get there. And finances automatically flow. It changes our whole perspective of life. It's not like I have to achieve all these things. It's like I think it was Thomas Edison. Maybe it was Thomas Edison. It was one of these big inventors in the history of mankind where someone told them, "You failed 10,000 times." And like, no, I successfully found 10,000 ways that it did not work so that it helped me find the one that did. And it all had to do with they didn't let other people's opinions stop them. They kept living and moving toward what dream they wanted, and they achieved it. So I feel like this is what is coming in here is it's time to really discover what it is that you truly want in life and the finances and everything else, you make it work. It's the Eight of Pentacles is all about you putting in all the effort. And it doesn't mean, you know, when you're living your dream, the sacrifices that we feel we wouldn't make before become no-brainers. Like when I reached the point of the aha of, what do I want to do with my life? I was in corporate life, and this was just like it happened about probably a decade or more ago, but more recently, about 3 or 4 years ago. And I was just like, it's actually when COVID hit, because I was like, what am I doing? I'm existing. I'm not living my dream. What do I need to do to have my dream come true? I just couldn't take it anymore. It was like, I sold my vehicle. I sold my condo. Simplify my life so that I could live my dream. The things that I felt were so important, the supposed to's, the shoulds, the need to's. I was like, never, no. I'm going to do everything within my power to make my dream come true, and then open up and allow the universe to bring the rest. And it's amazing the miracles that could happen. So I feel like that is what is coming through, Sio Shanto, for you. So hopefully that helps. And I'm excited to see what this dream is, because I feel like you are very close to choosing what it is, and knowing what it is that makes your heart sing, because it's fear free and stress free when you realize what it is. When there's fear around it, it's usually has to do with, that it's someone else's dream that we're taking on. Because when you realize, like, this is what I want to do, and everyone just needs to get out of my way, then that's the one. So that is what they have. And thank you again so much for your donation. Great to see you. All right. So Renee, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. And so you want to know, what will traveling with Jay be like? Ooh, all right. And then what about your job? All right, so let's take a look here first at what traveling with Jay would be like, and then what they want you to know about your next job. All right, those. All right, so let's take a look here. I laugh because I'm like, traveling with Jay. Oh my gosh, simmer down, Jay. Because there's a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and expectations, and it feels a little bit, you know, um, a lot of fears of things not going right is what I feel like the first time here. And I feel like this is both of you. You have a lot on your mind about, supposed to, should, need to, have to, must, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, you know what? You have the Hierophant here, which I like. This is much more peaceful. This is getting true and understanding before you travel, this calmness, this peacefulness, this drawing inward to find out what it is you truly want to experience while traveling, and how important are all those small t truths, these fears of losing conditional love. We have the Hanged One here, which is a transformation. It is allow for delays, allow, really see things from a higher perspective, a different perspective, right? See things from each other's points of view, not get attached to your rules of, that, well, we need to arrive to the airport 3 hours early, and they're like, "Well, no, I only like getting there an hour early. I don't want to wait around that time." It's like compromising, seeing each other's points of view, really, looking through that type of thing. And that allows things to be more enjoyable. It allows things, and not rushing things with this Hanged One too, allowing things to progress, and, going that way there, because that's what happens. You're getting to know one another, and we all have our little stuff, because they're reminding me a friend of mine who I knew both of them. One, she worked, like she reported to me, so I knew her much more than her boyfriend at the time. But she would be like, "I'm so frustrated. We went to make brownies or a cake. It was some sort of mixture thing, and he put the eggs in first, and then he did this, and we know that that's not the way you do that." And I'm like, I don't really know that for sure. I go, "But how do you know that's he wasn't raised differently than you?" And she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, even though the box says to do a certain way, maybe mom or dad or whoever taught him how to make the brownies or the cake said, "No, no, no, do it this way because it mixes better. Don't listen to the directions on the box." And it kind of blew her mind for a moment. And I'm like, so rather than, getting in an argument about you're not doing it right, I go, just try this. The next time, go, that's interesting. Why do you do it that way? Instead of jumping to the conclusion that they're doing it wrong, maybe you'll learn something. And if not, at least you're being open and you're like, oh, well, this is why I do this way. Do you want to try it that way? And like I said, both of them knew me. And when she, came back and reported like a week later because they went to make something else in the kitchen, and she said, "I tried it your way." And I go, "How'd that go?" "Well," he said, "Have you been talking to Denny?" Which is my name. And she was like, "Yeah," and they both busted up laughing because there he just thought it was funny that, she was asking advice, and it just made it very comical that even to this day, they're married now, 2 beautiful children. It's been like 15 years, probably even more, probably 15, 16, 17 years. And she goes, "We still bring that up in the kitchen and it cracks us up." So I like that. It's like creating this like openness with traveling is what they have here. And then your job, it's very, very bright, very, fiery, right up your alley here. Very exciting, very vibrant, very active, not sitting around. You do have this balancing of your expectations around it that come in here too. So I really like this. There's this wonderful, wonderful energy that comes in about seeing things again here from a higher perspective, allowing yourself time to see things from their perspective. But I just feel like it's very well cerebral here with this air energy with Libra. I just feel like it's this wonderful mental type, mentally challenging for you, but very fast moving too. I feel like this is what you need in that type of, you know, I just feel like you get bored very easily, but you won't get bored with it. I feel like there's a lot of change that happens in it, and it does move things up. Yeah. Yeah, definitely with the sun card, it is very beneficial, very, um, very, rewarding, um, and challenging because you need a challenge. Yeah. So it keeps you challenged. Time frame, um, I don't really have that coming in with these cards. Let me see if they'll give us anything. I've been trying to bring in playing cards as an experiment because we have a lot of our human likes to know timing, and so spirit knows that. So we'll take a look here and um, see is there a range or things like that. Hey, Borg. Hey, Mahippus. And Morgan the Void. Hello, everybody. And for everyone else that I haven't said hi to yet that's come in here. All right. Well, nope. No cards. No cards. Nothing coming out. They're like, just trust the timing. It will unfold here. But I think we already kind of talked about that in a previous reading, wasn't it? Like just 2 to 3 months. If that's what they're bringing back to my head here, within 2 to 3 months, you will. I think you said like by July, right? Wow, I don't know how I remember. That's definitely not me. So by July is what you will be into a new place here. I feel like the delay is happening for a reason, though. Maybe it's because you need to go travel first while you have vacation time because your favorite. Because spirit loves you. You're flattered. And you are funny, but don't quit your day job. All right. So that's what they have for you. Renee, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. You're so funny. I meant like you're funny. You're a comedian, but don't quit your day job. uh, Too funny. So that is what they have. Enjoy your traveling. It's positive. You just have to keep your expectations in check and be open minded. Because that's like a huge step. Traveling together is like it makes you or breaks you sometimes, right? So many, many blessings to you. All right. And again, thank you for your donation. All right. Morg in the void. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Should you look into being a Reiki healer? Let's take a look here. See what Spirit says here for you. All right. So let's see what we have. Okay. Yes. Well, in a way. You have the magician right away, which is movement of energy, bringing energy from the upper world through you and into the world. That's energy worker. They're clarifying Reiki healer from energy worker because, and let me show you here, because being an energy worker, you have the Prince of Pentacles here, which does bring new opportunities in the outside world for you. It's a little slow growing in the beginning, but it definitely, is beneficial. It'll bring in abundance. It'll bring in, like I said, opportunities. But I feel like with Reiki here, you have the Three of Wands, which is a different direction with energy healing. You have the Justice card and the Ten of Cups. So emotional overflowing, emotional energy. But the Justice card here is like this, you know, there can be a lot of rules around things. You know, the human side likes to say, this is how it is done. Reiki, these are the symbols that need to be used. And if, like ceremony and ritual are all part of our human, and it helps our human allow things, it allows our energy to focus, because wherever our energy goes, and wherever our focus goes is what grows and expands, right? And I feel for you that the Reiki may be too limiting for what you're meant to do with your energy. I feel like a lot of emotional type of energy and movement with this here, if that makes sense. It's like, uh, and I'm not putting down Reiki at all, so I don't want anyone to take it that way, because ritual. I'm saying if it helps you expand and have the faith and the openness of energy flow, more power to you. Because we technically do not have to do any ritual, do anything. We are perfect. We can just, you know, have this energy go. It's like one of the examples they're bringing to mind is from the Christian Bible, where when the Christ was being an energy healer in a lot of ways, that you know there was like a centurion that came to him and said, can you heal my servant? They're on their deathbed and I care for them. I don't want them to die. And uh, the Christ said, oh yeah, let's go. And they're like, no, no, you don't need to go. I know, I'm a person in authority, and I know that when I say something, it'll happen. I know that you just have to say it'll happen, and it will. And this faith the centurion had, the Christ said, all right, so be it. Boom. And in that moment, his servant was healed. And it's like the difference of, if we feel like we have these restrictions, but the Christ was like, of course, very open minded. And he was like, yeah, well, this will happen then, and I feel like this is like important for you in your journey, is not to feel limited by any um, any limitations. I almost feel like you are going to bring in Reiki with another type of modality, or energy work with another type of modality, where you kind of are almost creating your own type of energy work and putting your own signature on it, if you know what I mean. So I definitely feel, being a channel of energy, healing energy, is important, but not to limit yourself to one modality. And that's what I feel is coming through. So that is what they have for you, Morg. I'm excited. So here we go. And again, thank you so much for your donation. So I'm excited. All right. I think that is all of my donations. Make sure I didn't miss anyone. All right. And we will return. So it left off with Angel Bliss. Let me just take a quick sip here. And let's see what we have. So, Angel Bliss, you wanted guidance on what you should do. So, in your whatever situation you're wanting guidance in here, let's see what your angels have. All right. Well, it looks like here you've got the Queen of Swords, which she rolls over the mind, the thought, the beliefs, right? The thinking. But all the queens are given a second portion of water, which is balancing of heart and mind. And you even have the Six of Cups, which is three cups on each side, balancing of emotion. So in a way, your spirit guides and your, are saying, calm down, balance your emotions, come into a higher way of looking at things. The Queen of Swords, of course, has the Ace of Swords, which allows you to connect to the capital teachers of the higher realm and just see it from a different point of view. Allow your thinking to switch in the situation, whatever you're needing guidance in, and see things differently, not from the past, not from the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, or from a place of fear that you'll fail or lose conditional love or be rejected, but see it from a place of unconditional love, seeing that you already are everything that you need to be, that everything else is extra, and that you can look back at things and understand it. The Six of Cups is a transformation of emotional energy too. So with these changing of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, it starts with getting to the root of the emotion that was there, the event, the memory that is there too. Because we have one emotion that happens and a thousand thoughts are created around it. Either if we had a painful event, our mind creates a thousand different things to protect, saying, we don't want that to happen again. Here's 10,000 rules, to make sure it doesn't. And then another thing happens, and here's 10,000 more rules before we realize that we're in this cage of thought and belief and mindset. And so I feel like with the guidance that your guides are telling you is to, understand, see things from a higher perspective, see these fears. It's like baby gates that have been put on stairs, but you're now an adult. You're like, I don't fall down the stairs, knock on wood, you know, as nearly as often as I would have as a baby, because I know how to walk mostly. And I can catch myself. I'm not going to like become a boulder going down the stairs like a baby would. I don't need these baby gates anymore. I don't need these restrictions anymore. I get to have this opening that happens. So I feel like this is what they have for you right now, Angel Bliss. So hopefully that makes sense and many blessings to you. Very good, Morg. I like it. I like it. I like it. Confirmation. Boom shakalaka. All right, Bella Bala, you are up next. You like messages from the Pisces. Let's take a look here. See, what does the Pisces? All right. What does the Pisces want you to know right now? All right. So you got two major arcana coming in here, which means this is a significant message that comes in. The temperance is this, you know, um, process, the slow process, right? of things moving from a base metal. It's the tempering, which is very much alchemy of switching and changing something from what it was into something new. And here, of course, is the death and the rebirth. There is this transformation that's happening, and it feels like a very slow transformation. Like a baby takes 9 months to gestate if it's a human baby, even longer. I think elephant babies go longer. There's this, it takes a while for whatever is unfolding to unfold, and there's this patience here. When we get like a temperance, a patience type of card whenever we're talking about interactions with another person or relationships, it tells us that it's happening on purpose, for a purpose, and it takes its good old time so that we're able to focus on our self-love and raise our love vibration so that it's a matching, that it's this, we're able to um, have both of our love at a vibration that brings us together in a place that's of a higher vibrational love instead of the lower vibrational love, which is, rooted in fear of losing conditional love or fear of failure, all those delicious emotions that we feel. And there's like this draw that we have, that we, all these mindsets that we've been given and all of our experiences that build into that, right? That draw us down. But when we're given this time frame to unfold, then it allows us to move higher. It's funny because on my screen, it has May 12th and it just turned 12/12. So 12 and 12 and 12, which is Pisces house, is the 12th house, which is all about, they dive deep. They like this internal search, these psychic connections and all that too, right? So there is this message of spending the time looking inward and diving deep into those emotions so that you can leave behind emotions and thoughts that no longer serve, so you can raise your mental vibration, your emotional vibration, your energetic vibration to more unconditional love in that higher place. So that is what's coming in, Bala Bala. Hopefully that is helpful. And that is what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. All right. And always victory. I think you wanted to change your question here. I think. Let me just scroll down. I thought I saw it. Maybe I was dreaming it. Nope, there it is. If possible, you'd like to rephrase your free question. Is there still an opportunity for you to receive the blessings in love this month? So this last week has been really tricky. You're not sure where you're at in the process. All right. Yeah, let's take a look here. And see what spirit wants you to know here. Yeah, we've got the phases of the moon are still happening, deep emotions, the unknown. There's a lot of unknown, and it's like, yes, this is saying that there's still an opportunity. It just takes here with the Four of Swords to have this peace of mind, to really, you can see here she has the Ace of Swords. Here over the door are three swords, which is about letting expectations go, right? These are the fears of things. And when we're focusing on the fears grow, right? So, with the challenges that come in with everything in moment by moment life, we can be drawn into the three of swords normally has a huge heart with three swords stuck in it, which is fear of heartbreak, fear of losing love, fear of failure. When we focus on it, is that's what we draw in and what we draw towards us. So, using the full moon energy, using the new moon energy can really help in transforming things, and following the moon. Like today, I think today and tomorrow we've got Aquarius energy for the moon, and then the 2 days after that are Pisces. It's really paying attention to the moon, phases, the sign that the moon is in, because it changes every 2 to 3 days into a different sign. Realizing, I feel like you really are in tune with the moon. Maybe I can't remember. you might have told me before, like your moon sign or your if you're a water sign or have a lot of water in your chart, especially if you have a water moon, you are influenced by the fluctuations of that more than all humans are impacted because we're made up of like 40, 50, 60% water at different times in our life. We're impacted by the moon. If you have a water sign, your energy is impacted by the moon as well. And I feel like it's important for you to really kind of track the moon and to say what sign is the moon in. You can get something too. This is what I use. You have like this daily planetary guide. I actually use it as my planner because I'm cheap. But then you pay attention to what the moon is in, and it can help you understand what emotionally you're being uh, not tainted with. That's not tinted. What it's your emotions are tinted with. It's flavored day by day. So with these cards, it is saying that there is, you do have this chance. It's just about letting go of the expectations, letting go of the fears. Where are you focusing your energy? And if your energy get draws into the fears, just don't beat yourself up and just, breathe and return back to gratitude, unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace. Something that I do, especially if we're going through different seasons, which probably should have done it during this eclipse season, but put a little vibrating silent alarm on your phone every waking hour, half hour, whatever you feel you need to bring you back to gratitude, bring you back to gratitude. Because we'll get sucked out into the chaos of the world and the fear. And if we're constantly focusing on it, we're growing and feeding it. But if we keep bringing ourselves back to the gratitude and that other energy, then that can help as well. So that is what is coming through. Always victory. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So up next, then we have on Jushri. You want to know when and how will you meet the one? Like the fingers crossed. Let's take a look here. Let's see what spirit will tell you here. All right. So you have the Nine of Cups here, and the Nine of Cups is, of course, one of the wish fulfillment cards, the overwhelming, full of love energy here. But the when here has to do with the nine, which is the hermit's journey, and you finding your self love. So the when here, I know, is all about um, things will happen. There's like a range of when it happens, but it's all dependent upon your self-love. The more you focus on increasing your self-love, the faster you're drawn together because there's a range now. They're like saying it's a range of you can meet him in a month to meet him in 9 years. you know. They're like it all depends on how much attention and intention and energy you're focusing in on your self-love, releasing the limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you've had around relationship in yourself in the past, what emotions, restricting emotions that no longer serve you, that can be released from the past. Those are the things that weight our heart down and keep it from raising its love vibration because things are going slow to allow you to do that. Because if you met today, you would have conflict. It would end up, when we do what we always did at the lower vibrational energy, we attract the lower vibrational experiences related to fear and rejection and failure. And we don't want that, right? That's why they're saying it's going slow so that you're both raising your love vibration up where you're more open to be able to give and receive love in such amazing higher vibrational ways than the other. So that's why some relationships don't work out and others do. And because of where people are at in their vibration, like sometimes it seems like that couple just, it's like seamless. They don't even have to try. It's because they've done their love vibration work and they're vibrations at a higher level. And you're like, why are that person's never having a very happy relationship? It's like because they're stuck in their fears and their lower vibration. And that's what your spirit guides and your soul are wanting to save you from. Because you're like, I've done enough of that, had enough of those types of experiences. I'm ready for something higher. So that's the when. I know we want a date and a time, but it's fluctuating because it's dependent upon you, on the energy. So time, it's on soul time, but in the human realm, we control time by how much we invest in our self-love. How? Well, you have the world card here, which is the ending of old cycles and the beginning of new. So you meet them with this significant change, the world card being a major arcana. It is a significant change in your life. So it can be movement from one country to another, a city to another, a job, a school, whatever it is, there's you meet them after you've made this change. It's a significant change in your life. And so it puts you into each other's path. And so this change happens, and then you bump into each other. You see each other where you wouldn't have seen each other before. And now it's 12:21. They just took my eyes to that. So that's a mirror, the 12 and 21. And I just like it because it's almost like you are sitting across from one another, either in job or school or bus or train or whatever it is, but you're sitting like mirrored where you're almost like forced to like see each other. And um, you smile, they smile, you start up a conversation. It's that kind of thing where you're just put into each other's path because of this significant change in your regular way of doing things, or where you're living, or where you're working. It's different, but it's significantly different. It's not just like, oh, I took a different way home. No, it's not like that. I mean, it's like a significant change in your life of your location, because it puts you in their path. All right. So that's what they have for you on Shri. So many blessings for you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So, Dollface Diva, you are up. So, general for the weekend. All right. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit have for you here. So, I just need to take a sip here. All right. Well, it looks like a fun weekend. You've got the Four of Wands, which is a gathering, joy, a celebration. So if you're invited out to go somewhere, a wedding, a party, just a gathering, definitely go, because it does bring you a lot of joy there. And you have the Prince of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot. I know it says Prince of Sacred Circles, but that's what it is, the Knight of Pentacles, which is there's this slow movement. There is this change here. It's like the outside world moves kind of slow this weekend, but I almost feel like they're saying take it slow this weekend. Have some fun. Try not to do so much activity. um I feel like it's like less, anything that can wait till tomorrow, let it wait till tomorrow. Like anything that could wait till next week or the weekend, let it wait. Have fun and have this enjoyment this weekend, because it is this balanced energy. I feel like you've been working hard and going, boom, 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 boom. And now it's time for some rest and relaxation, enjoyment, less seriousness, a lot of joy, a lot of laughter this weekend is in the cards. That's what they're asking for you, if you for your highest experience. It's like it's time to just put off. Normally it's like, don't put off what you can do today until tomorrow. But they're like opposite. It's opposite weekend. Push off what you don't have to do this weekend and have fun. I like it, and it coming from Spirit. So you are allowed. All right. So many blessings for you. And we'll continue down here. So, LA, you are up next. And want to know, what is the energy of the defense, Stephen S? Your lawyer is supposed to reach out this week for resolution. All right. So let's take a look here. All right. Well, we have the Nine of Pentacles. And so the energy around there, the Nine of Pentacles is, an abundant feel to it here. The Nine of Pentacles, though, also is like this inward reflection of the outside world. So I feel like they might have been kind of unavailable or out of pocket here this week. But we also have this with the Princess of Swords, Page of Swords, new communication that was coming in here. So I feel like there was communication that was happening here. Things are working out here with the Nine of Pentacles, but I feel like someone's waiting on a new communication from someone about something here. It just feels positive for me here. At just this Nine of Pentacles, almost it's like they got called away, and they're slow in responding because they've got some external internal things going on outside of the court system, but there is communication going on. It's just moving a little slower because of this. Someone was called away, um, like they had an emergency or something. So I feel like it's just gone kind of slow, more than anticipated. But I feel very positive about it. Yeah, we have the Emperor, which is Aries energy. New beginnings, someone taking control, um, and standing up. So um, I feel like it needed to go before. Maybe it needed to go before a judge. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Swords too, with balancing of heart and mind. But this Emperor just makes me feel like it had to go um, before a magistrate or someone, whatever that means. It had to go to someone in authority above them to make a decision. But I feel like there was communication, just some delays, and someone called a family emergency, so they're playing phone tag, and there's progression, but it's very slow. Um, but I feel like there is movement there. So hopefully that helps. I know. I wish I had just had an exact yes, it's happening at 12:05, this afternoon Pacific time or something. But I feel like there is movement there. All righty. So, Princess Pinky, hello, hello. And you want to know Aquarius's personality traits, strengths, and weaknesses. All right, let's take a look here and see what they have here for you. So, for this Aquarius, what are their personality and traits here? All right. Whoa, okay. So we've got the Six of Pentacles here. So their personality is very much this equal giving and receiving individual. And I like that. There is groundedness here. And I feel like they have really overcome, the Six of Pentacles usually is about the tendency to overgive, but I feel like they've looked into and dealt with these old thinking, this old way that they used to probably be an enabler in codependent relationships, where they would overgive and overgive until they were exhausted and then resentful, and it just didn't, you know, work out because they wouldn't allow the other person to give to them. They've really dealt with that, and they're allowing this equal giving and receiving type of energy. So I like that about them here. Um, their strength and their opportunities here come from they are air signs here, so they definitely spend a lot of time in their head here. So you can consider that a strength and a weakness with Aquarian energy, because they can be totally way up in the mental spectrum and forget about emotions. But this Aquarius here, I like that they also have this unique way of looking at love and this unique and fresh way of looking at love. Very Aquarian energy, which is old ways and old thoughts don't do well, which is why they also dealt with this here. Um, but they look at the new ways of looking at life, the new ways of looking at love, cutting away fears, the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts of the past. They've cleared those away. And so they do have this very unique approach, exciting approach to love, um, because they've really looked into all those beliefs, those restrictions they had in the past. So they can be quirky, and that's okay. But it's exciting, and I like that. So that is what is coming through right now for you, Princess Pinky. So many blessings to you. All right, and Sue Shanta, we took care of that. So Rhonda, hello, hello. So can we see what is coming in for you for the rest of the week and anything that you need to know? All right. So what does Spirit want you to know here? Okay. All right. So you have the Four of Pentacles and you have the Ten of Swords. And I like this for you because the Ten of Swords is like, you know what? I have had it with trying to live up to other people's expectations. This is sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, and you're ready to let go of a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And I feel like it has to do with home, this specific interaction here, because the Four of Pentacles, it has a big, and we've probably talked about it before, a big aha that we learn through it about that the outside world, when we define ourselves by relationships and situations and things, we feel unstable because all those things are unstable, right? People change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships are unstable. Situations like jobs and education, social status, all those things constantly changing, constantly moving, so they're unstable. And things, our bank accounts, our possessions, our bodies, break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen. So it teaches us that the outside world is unstable, and trying to live up to all those expectations of the outside world, that helps us realize how disappointing and boring all of that instability in the outside world becomes, to where we turn inward and upward. And that's where we connect to that self love, where we see things from that higher perspective. We find that which is stable, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms, of Mother and Father of all things. That becomes the foundation of your worth, not all these things that are constantly moving and changing in the outside world, full of all those supposed to be's and shoulds and need to be's and blah 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 blah, that vary from person to person to person to person and situation to situation, right? So I feel like this week um has been really going, you know what, when I define myself and I look to the outside world for stability, I don't find it. And I feel like it's just this reinforcement of what you've been learning, and you're just like seeing it going, yeah, why am I investing all this energy trying to please that person when they're never happy? Or why, like the company, I try to overdo things and this is what I get. And you're just like, you're realizing I got everything I need inside of me, and everything else on the outside world is extra. I feel like this is being reinforced for you this week. So that is what they have for you, Rhonda. So hang in there, enjoy the journey, and it's always exciting. So much love to you, my friend. All right. VD Jalan, hello, hello. So, what message does your higher self have for you? All right. Well, there's a card sticking out. I think that's one of them. Let's see what else. And here is the other. All right. Well, you definitely have some change that's happening here because you've got the Five of Wands, but you have the Hierophant, which is the major arcana number five. And of course, the Hierophant energy, this is about drawing inward and finding out, who do you truly want to be, finding your truths about who you want to be, what you want in life, what you want in love, what you want, what you want, what you want. It's really this awareness, this stepping in and transformation of realizing what it is you want, what it is you don't want, some stuff that you've been told before. And the Five of Wands is wands is our passion, our drive, our ambition, our inspiration, our overall energy. And the five is a number of transformation where something starts off feeling conflicting, but you're realizing in the end that it is for you, this transformation, this change of where you're investing your energy feels so much more full of love. So, whatever is being challenged and there's some conflict coming in, it's because it's not in alignment with what your soul is wanting, even though your mind might have been told it's something that you're supposed to want. But there's this, it just feels like whenever it starts to come up, you just feel this coming from the inside, like even sick to your stomach in some way where it's just like, I don't want this. Why do I keep pushing for this? Because it's not, my gut is telling me run or don't do it, or this isn't what you want. But we keep coming back to it because I feel like we're getting pressure from our mind and from other people saying what you should be doing. But I like this freedom that's coming in here for you. So this is what your higher self is wanting you to know. Whatever this gut instinct that keeps coming up saying, no, no, it's your high heart telling you this isn't in alignment with your higher, truer self. This is someone else that's been telling you to try to be someone else. So hopefully that resonates, VD. That's what they have for you there. So many blessings to you. And Blue Eyes, you are up next. So guidance messages from your higher self. All right. All right. Well, these two cards are sticking out. I think these will be yours. All right. I do like this change of mindset, this clarity that's coming in here for you because you have the Tower card, which does tell you that when things are moved out of your life, they are moved out of your life for you. It's not something that's happening to you, even though sometimes in the beginning it's hard for us to see that it's for us until in hindsight we look back and go, ah, now I see why that was for me. But when things are removed out of our life, they're to make space for something new to come in and to clear our path so that we can move forward in a direction that's more in alignment with our higher self. Like if you have an old shack that is condemned, that you're living in, right? And the floors are kind of caving in, the roof leaks, the gas leaks, the water, it comes and goes, there's rats, it's like, but it's mine. It's all I know that I have, right? When we got to the garden to grab some fresh vegetables, lightning hits, the tower, the lightning hits the home and it burns down. While it's burning down, yeah, we feel like, how is this for me? I'm not going to have anywhere to live. And, this is so scary. But then the insurance adjuster arrives right away and go, "Oh, no, you were fully insured. We're gonna take all this rubble away to make space for this updated castle that has, running water and this new security system and blah, 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 and it has a pool." And it's like, "What?" And you're like, hindsight, you're like, "I'm glad the lightning hit my tower." But I feel like the one of the big things they're telling you is realizing, even looking back over some situations in your life that at the time you didn't see as, why is this happening for me? I feel like if you look back, you'll see now of going, yeah, I see why that happened and how it was for me. But it's around learning this trust that things do unfold for you and do not happen to you in your life, which changes your mindset from a place of victimhood to one of feeling so empowered because the universe is on your side. They are kind. It is having things unfold for your highest purpose. And this Ace of Swords, which swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations, allows you to see things and connect to the higher realm, seeing things from that higher perspective. But it also is double edged, allows you to cut away these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve you, that were rooted in the fears of losing conditional love, the fears of failure, the fears of being rejected. And there is this beautiful transformation that's happening going when someone leaves our lives, they're not leaving us, they're being removed out of our lives for us. When we don't lose jobs, jobs are removed out of our life for us to have us move in a direction more in alignment with our higher self. So I feel this is the message from your higher self. So hopefully that resonates for you at this time in your life. So many blessings for you. All righty. Hey, EE. I love that. I'll read that here in a sec. So, Cheery, hello, Cheery. So, I know so many requests. I just love everyone's thirst for hearing from spirit, and thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up that you've given the video to. I just saw that how many, and I am so grateful for, like I said, everyone's thirst for spirit. And it is a little thing that you can do to help spread the Zen love. It seems like a small thing, but the YouTube algorithm loves it and allows you to be part of the love tsunami. So thank you guys so much for all those likes. It does help. And it's free. Perfect price, right? So thank you. So Cherry, you'd like some angel guidance. So how to let go of your past memories from your subconscious mind. It keeps bothering, pulling you back from the new me. Yeah, I get it. I get it here. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So it's all part of the process. We it's a continual process. The Four of Swords is about connecting, from seeing things from a higher perspective, allows us to cut away the old ways of thinking, all that subconscious mind stuff. There's one that's left, there's one in the doorway, and there's one about to enter and leave the doorway, right? So have so many of them over our past, that it's okay. It's a process. You've definitely have a lot that have left. There's some that are leaving, and there's some that will still need to be left here, especially here with the Five of Pentacles. These are feelings of abandonment and lack being left behind. It's transformative, and the five is a number of change. And we're constantly in a journey here. Um, and I feel like what Spirit is saying is that we our past memories, we don't like necessarily let go of them as much as we transform them. Because the more we transform, we come down here. First of all, they're like, we come down here to experience everything that we've experienced in our life. We come down here to experience lower vibrational energies, because we are like this beautiful tapestry back here, which we are the bright light. We are light beings on the other side. But to understand ourselves, we come down here and experience the shadow, the lower vibrational things, because in experiencing those, we can see the design of who we really are. If this was all beige, you wouldn't see any design. If it was all black, you wouldn't see any design. But it's the contrast that we have that we are able to see who we really are. And so when we're ready, as we wake up more and more and remembering that we are these beings of light, we don't necessarily like want to erase everything we came down here to do, because we came down here for the experience, but we change the energy that's around them. We transform them. And when we're pulled back, it's for us to be able to transform it. It's like our little inner child going, "Hey, I have something else I need your help with." You're like, "Okay." So instead of it feeling like a failure, feeling like we're as when I was in Christianity, "You're backsliding, you're becoming a sinner again." It's like, no, we're remembering we're removing the obstacles that stand between us and remembering who we really are, the powerful being, but we're not chunking it all out. We're just taking away the charged emotions around them to where we're putting them in like a little photo book to be able to look at them later. I know I'm old. Back in the olden days when we actually had printed out pictures, we put them in these things called photo albums. Anyway, they we're taking the picture where it's not a charged emotion anymore, and it's just being put in this thing that we'll look at later going, "Ah, yeah, this is what I learned through that situation," instead of it being emotionally charged with fears. So, I feel like the guidance that your angels are giving is don't beat yourself up about having memories and emotions bubble up, because that's how your inner child is letting you know that they're there, something that there's a charged emotion bouncing around underneath that you're suppressing and repressing, and it's coming forward so that you can go, "Oh," and then the charge goes away and it just becomes a memory, becomes an experience that you'll show later when we show all our home movies when we're back on the other side and going, "Look at everybody what I went through," and they're like, "Wow." But it's that transformation. So that's what I feel is coming through for you, Cherry. So don't beat yourself up. We're all a journey of experiencing. And when those old emotions come up with fear, just go, "Oh, I see what it is." And then we release and transform the fear out of it and embrace it with unconditional love. It's like the old memory goes from being circled in this dark energy to be encircled in a bright ball of light, and all that energy returns back to us in a positive way. So that is what is coming through for you, Cherry. So hang in there, my dear. You are doing great. All right. So many, many blessings. New love. You are up next. All right. So can we see around timing? Uh-oh. When you'll get a job that makes you financially stable so that you won't need help with money. All right, let's take a look here. You are welcome. Let's see what we've got here. All right. Yeah, we do like this here. We've got the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, and the King of Pentacles, abundance, abundance, abundance. So you definitely have something happening here. And the Princess of Cups is all about connecting to your inner love and your self love here. Um, I feel like there is these emotions that they're wanting you to look at here. This is just reminding me of the moon card back here, which is about there's some subconscious emotions back there that are keeping things at bay. And when we go and we look at uh what old emotions are there that are creating these blocks up towards abundance, right? And when we go back and look at, especially in when our emotional body, with it being the moon and water, our emotional body 7 years old and younger, who was it that you felt you had to overdo to get a little bit back? That rate of exchange we talk about quite a bit, in life. We have these individuals. It's usually parents are like the big suspects because they're trying to do so many things. They don't have a whole lot of time left over to give a child the attention it truly desires. And so it develops this, I have to give all of this to get a little bit of attention. Well, that seeps into our subconscious and it controls everything. There's all these invisible force fields that we're not even aware of subconsciously that are keeping jobs and abundance and love and all this kind of stuff out, because in our inner child's mind, it's keeping us track, little tally marks of how much you're giving. And you have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back, or 1,000 abundance coins to get one abundance back. So that's what the love transforms to, right? And you're only at 599, and you have to give 401 more coins of love in order to deserve one. And then that's when we hit the 1,000, where our inner child feels it's done enough, that temporarily these come down, we get this abundance that flows in, and then it goes back up and starts back at zero again. But I feel like what they're having you do here for the abundance to come in, and the timing of it, is when you are able to look back here and go, who is it when you were younger? Bring it from the subconscious into the conscious. Then you set yourself free. You um, bring that out of balance rate of giving from 1 to 1,000 down to 1 to 1. Because when you realize who it is, mentally you can like look at that 1,000, and there's an edit button, and you click on it and do this visual in your head where you're deleting the zeros and getting it back to 1 to 1, and clicking the save button, and then that seeps back in to your subconscious. And then your inner child goes, I don't need these force fields anymore, because you're giving and you deserve to have all this stuff come in. And I feel that's when this job and this abundance comes in for you here. Let me take a look here. I'm going to use these playing cards and see if they'll give you a range of timing here at all, because I know our our human likes to have that security, right? All right. Yeah, so I feel here you're getting both you're getting 6 and 7 here. So I feel like June and July, early as June 1st, as late as the end of July. And it depends on when you and how much energy you're putting in into discovering what these blocks are that you have towards abundance, which primarily being, who was it that you felt you had to over give to when you were younger in order to get a little bit back. And that's what transforms things. So I like it for you, new love. And that is what is coming through. So many blessings to you. All right. So we took care of those already. So we'll continue scrolling down the list here. Kevin, hello, hello. Any advice for your friend Harshith? He's very good in heart, but he's very antisocial. All right, let's take a look here. And for a friend, yeah, a friend. I'm just kidding. Here in the United States, of course, we're always asking for a friend when it's really about us, right? Funny, funny, funny. Ha 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 ha. Well, this is all right. We've got this the Hierophant, which is this inner journey of them discovering who they really are, and that's okay. They being antisocial is not you know necessarily a bad thing. you know we're just taught, oh, you're not supposed to be antisocial. I am a huge introvert, and I have friends that try to drag me out of this cellar, this basement I'm in, to do things in the outside world. But I tell them, I assure you, I connect with all these amazing people so much on here, and I feel like I'm in a crowded room. I'm like, so you don't need to take me out into the physical world. You don't have to try to change me, right? And I feel like this is like a good thing for them, that they're in this. They spend a lot of time alone because they're searching inwardly to find out who they are. This star card even represents their higher self, that they do a lot of inner reflection, they do a lot of inner journeying because of that, and that's okay. They will balance out. The wish fulfillment card here is they're trying to find out what is it that they truly want to do. And when they do, you'll see a transformation in a certain extent to them here, because this is Aquarius energy. This is, very much they try to do things that help change the world and move forward with it. So I feel like there is this energy here. Allow them to shine, allow them to be themselves. Um, and, just know, I even feel like with these three here, reminds me of Three of Cups, which is, it's connection to the spirit world as well. I feel like they do a lot of that, and they might have a lot of water in their chart. Because I know I've got like a stellium in Pisces, which when I had a friend that looked at my birth chart, they were like, oh my God, even my planets above the horizon, the few that were up there were in retrograde, which kind of puts them underneath. She goes, I understand why you're an introvert, because you feel emotion at a exponentially large amount. And so you need your time to recuperate and just to uh, not be inundated with all of this energy that's out there. So I feel like they're developing. I feel like they are very empathic. They feel a lot of people's emotions. And they just need this alone time. They need this time to just develop this. I call it like a gelatin mold. That's what I had to develop, to where I go out into public, I go into public places and everything, and where it would be overwhelming before, now their emotions just get stuck in this. I can see them, I can see that they're there, I can even touch them to feel them, but I don't take them on to myself. And I feel like some advice for them is, if they feel a lot of emotions, is to look into how to develop a shield of a barrier that allows them to see and to feel and experience, but they don't have to take on everyone's emotions. So I feel like that is what is coming in here. One, it's okay that they do that, that they spend alone time. But if they're wanting to get out a little more, they can develop that, and that will help them as well. So that is what is coming through, Kevin. So many blessings to you. And let's see, here we are to Samalin Mishra. Hello, hello. You want to know what you need to know from spirit at this time? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Okay, what else? Wow, I'd say I just put that in there and it came flying back out. So spirit is actually asking you to kind of step back and connect more with your higher self and with the spirit realm, because you got the Queen of Cups who rolls over water, but she also, all the queens are given a second portion of water, very much like the High Priestess. A lot of emotional connection, a lot of connection to the spirit world, um, there. And then you also have the Star card here, which this can represent your higher self. So it is this, pulling upward, this connecting upward, diving into, this um, depth of connection with the spirit world. Um, I mean, I keep on saying that. Just it's like this invitation to dive deep, connect empathically with your spiritual, with your guardian angel, your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side. It just feels like, literally all the stars are in alignment right now for you, where you get these clear messages. The veil between you and the upper world is really thin, where you can hear from your loved ones on the other side. You can be very aware of the messages you're getting in the outside world, these synchronicities and everything that are coming in. So I just feel like it's important. Like the High Priestess, she steps away into her high temple, communicates with the up above, goes beyond the veil, dives deep into her own emotions and subconscious. It's a beautiful time for some alone time. It doesn't mean you have to be a hermit, but definitely taking time for you to connect with spirit right now. I feel like it almost feels like all your planets are in alignment, where clear messages are available for you. So that is what is coming in, Samalin. So very many blessings to you. I like that. All righty. And Jennifer Simpson, hello, hello. You want to know, will the Pisces contact you before June 12th? Let's take a look here. you know, we've got the King of Swords here, which very much, is mind, mind, mind. They rule over air. All the kings are given a second portion of air. So I feel like they are way up in their mind and away from things. Um, I don't feel like you will, like, they'll reach out to you specifically, but the 4 of Wands here, which is celebration, wedding, kind of a gathering of sorts, I almost feel like you don't get direct communication from them, but you might bump into them in a public place in a kind of a gathering. So if you have something going on between here and June 12th, that's where you're gonna most likely bump into them, is what I feel with these energies here. So I know, awkward, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? They're just caught up in their mind. They're caught up in this thinking, stinking thinking. As what is it? Uh, I like the pond guy tarot. He always says no, no stinking thinking, but that's where they are. These are stinking thinking thoughts that are going on. So I don't feel like they'll contact you, but I feel like you'll bump into them between now and June 12th. Unless June 12th is a wedding, that's where you'll bump into them. But that is what's going on, Jennifer. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. Alrighty. So thank you so much. So the next free reading coming up here is going to be Nay 333, but I do have a donation coming in. Thank you so much, Dune, for your donation. And if you haven't popped your question down there, if you want to do that, I will complete that. I am just over my 2 hours. So, for the sake of time, I'm going to just complete Nay's reading. And then once you put your question, I will jump down to you there. So, Nay, you want a general reading. So, let's take a look here and see what does Spirit want for you here. All right. Well, yeah, so you do have some clarity coming in here. You have the Prince of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, movement of thought, belief, and mindset. You're beginning to see things from this higher perspective, which is allowing you to cut away some fears of losing conditional love, some fears of rejection, of failure. And the 7 of Cups is emotional confusion. So if you've been feeling like emotionally and mentally just kind of all over the place, it's because some fears were activated, but I feel like you are becoming aware of that. And you're, kind of whittling it down to like, oh, okay, what is it that triggered me here? And I feel like you are understanding, like, what is it that fear that was in the underneath it all that was triggering this? What emotional experience, what old memory is it that I am becoming aware of that has this trigger that's been making itself known over and over and over? It's reminding me of Harry Potter for some reason. If you've ever watched Harry Potter, when Harry Potter's up in the wizard's quarters, he bumps into seeing that there's this thing that they would take a wand and take a memory and put it down into the water. And I feel that's what you're doing is you're seeing a memory and understanding, going, oh, so this goes all the way back to when I was like young, usually emotionally 7 years old and younger. And it's just been an emotional experience like abandonment. If we have an abandonment situation where even if it's just when we're young and our mom or dad, go around the corner at a grocery store and we're young, we turn around and they're gone. We have this fear of I've been abandoned, and it can ripple out into different situations over and over and over in our life for us to see it. And I feel like that's what you're going through right now. They're showing you that you're getting to the root of a trigger that's been repeating a lot throughout your life, and you're getting to the root of it. And I like it. And that's what they have for you, Nay 333. So many blessings to you. All right, Dune, thank you so much. So you're thinking of changing your job. So what is coming towards you? All right, let's take a look here and see what is coming towards you regarding a job and what spirit would say. All right, here we go. Let's see what we have here. All right. Yeah, I see here the 6 of Wands is this movement type of card that's coming in here. It's a movement of energy. And I feel like they are, definitely having this movement, kind of energy coming in. I do feel like you have the Hermit card in the 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups, emotional choice, and the Hermit. I feel like the change of job, what they're saying is just to make sure you take time, before you leave your job, take some time to look at what is it that would make your heart sing. Because whatever there is that's going on, if we're unhappy somewhere and then we go somewhere else and we're unhappy there and we go somewhere else and we're unhappy there, it's because there's something in us that's unhappy and it's going to follow us. It's like if there's a monkey on my shoulder, no matter where I go, the monkey's there. So I'm like, why is this monkey everywhere? Well, because the monkey's on our shoulder, not in the situation. And that's what I feel here, because I feel like you are this alone time that you're able to see things from a higher perspective. You're able to see some expectations that you have around, the you know, uh, what is the job supposed to be? What is it supposed to bring me? How am I supposed to feel? And, just a lot of opinions that we've had, even some supposed to be is about what career you're supposed to be in, what it's supposed to bring you, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is freeing you up from that. It's cutting away these fears of losing conditional love, these expectations that we have around those things. So I like this coming in because you're releasing it, you're seeing things differently, and you definitely brings in something very quick here, because this is the Prince of Wands or the Knight of Wands, which is a fast moving energy. It also brings in a new passion. And I feel like it's when you're thinking about changing jobs, I feel like it's changing careers too. I feel like it's changing to be something different than you've had before. Um, Something more in alignment with making your heart sing and where you're wanting to be and do in your life. So I really like that for you. It's very positive. I feel like it is, supported. Like, yeah, the flow of changing jobs is there. But before you do that, they're like, just so that you don't just go to another job that you're going to end up feeling the same way. They're like, it's time for an adjustment and a change. So that's what I feel is coming in here for you, Dune. So thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And I'm excited to see where you head off to with all of that there. Let me just double check something real quick here. Okay, very good. Um, Seba Fantina, yes, I am still accepting super chats. Yeah, if that makes you excited, Dune, yeah, definitely movement. A lot of activity. I feel like you need a lot of activity, especially with that Knight of Wands too. It just feels like you need to be active, you need to have adventure. It's like, ugh, you know. So I like that. I like that idea. All right. All right, yeah, Renee, I just got your, PayPal that came through, and then, I'm sorry, Seba, I am accepting super chats and still donations. I've been on for a little over 2 hours, so for the free ones, I am gonna go into super lightning round mode, where I'll be just answering with 1 card ones. Um, so for everyone that wants to me to go deeper, I still will honor any donations and dive deeper into those. But before Renee, real quick here, I just want to make sure everyone is aware that I do have a giveaway every Monday. Um, and I'm actually have given away 4 personal recorded readings on Monday. Here's the video that talks about how you can get into the drawing and the other giveaway news. Also, I have a ton of pick a cards that I put out. The one I put out on Wednesday of this week is "What are they thinking about you right now?" And then one that came out this morning for Mother's Day weekend here on "What does mom want to say to you?" And that's either Divine Mother, or if your mother's on the other side, or even if your mom is still here. So I like those. And then also, if you haven't checked out your monthly reading by each individual zodiac sign, I do put that out each month, and a ton of transformational energy. So the theme of this month's was what's shaking up in your life. So if you guys want to check those out, those are available for you as well. All right. So Renee, thank you so much for your additional donation. They want to know one more. You're funny. So, how is Chris feeling about you and viewing you? All right, let's take a look here. See what is going on here. What are their current feelings? Of course, keeping in mind that it all depends on what's going on with them, right? So we'll see how they're perceiving you, but that's through their beautiful goggles, their Google goggles that are showing them their own self. All right. All right. Yeah, makes sense. So, their feelings here, they they feel like they have these feelings of abandonment. They have these feelings of being left behind, being out in the cold. They just have this general feeling of lack and abandonment in their life. So they wanted to show you that, starting off, they see, themselves as someone who, everyone else gets stuff and gets to have things and has stuff that happened in their life and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And kind of they have this, I want to say victimhood, but they have a victim mentality a lot that they revert to because of all this. I mean, they literally feel ostracized from so many people in their life. They feel out here alone. And because of that, they see you as this fiery spitfire of a person here. You got the magician. Whoops, sorry. You got the magician, which is the major arcana of, you know, fiery energy. They have the Ace of Wands here, that they are magical. They make things happen. They manifest things. And then you have both the Queen and the King of Wands too. Fire, 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 fire. Energy, 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 energy. So they see you as a go-getter, someone that it's almost like you manifest things out of nowhere in their mind. They're like, why do you get to be so lucky? Why do you, you know, you don't even hardly have to try? And, these things happen. And they don't realize how hard you work, how much effort you put in. But in their mind, it's almost like you don't have to even try and things happen. Um, so that's how they perceive you, but that has to do with their mentality, right? And I'm reminded of the 7 of Wands, which normally has someone up on a hill, very bright, and people poking at them with their wands because they're like, "Why do you get to have so much happiness? Come down here and, be miserable with the rest of us." You know, because they feel low about themselves, they feel like you going higher is making them feel even worse about themselves. But you don't have to defend it. You don't have to be like, well, let me dim my light. The sun shines and does not ask permission of anyone to shine, and it does not dim its light for anyone else. If someone can't handle the sun, then they get into the shade. But also, the sun is a source of brightness, going, look, you can have this too. if you want to do this. If you want to burn bright, you can. But if you want to be a moon reflecting the night, do that too. But I like this because it's telling you not to diminish yourself because of them. Just continue to shine bright, because even though one of my favorite quotes I read recently, which I'm adding into this card, is, yeah, misery loves company, but so does joy, and joy has much greater parties. So we choose joy. And that's what they have for you, Renee. I like it. I like it. I like it. So many, many blessings. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. So shine bright, Buttercup. All right, Seba, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know, what does D truly think about you after yesterday's discussion? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on here with D. Anything else? All right. Sorry, let me just take a quick sip here. All right. So we do have the Princess of Swords, the Page of Swords. You definitely have given them like something to think about here. It's about seeing things from a different perspective. And I feel like, they are, because you also have the Princess of Wands here, which is a little bit of fieriness, a little bit of, passion, which can be they might have gotten a little heated in on the inside, but they're balancing things out here with the Two of Pentacles. I feel like, whenever we're challenged with a new way of thinking, it especially if it's something, one of our foundational expectations or thoughts or beliefs, it just kind of rattles us for a moment. And I feel like that's what happened here. They kind of just had some like their alarm went off, some fear kind of triggered, but they're thinking through things and they're really looking at it, because we've got the Temperance card here too, which is the balancing out of things. And so it's like kind of going back and forth between the two. And, this big infinity symbol here is about, kind of like the same thing. So I don't feel like you are overthinking it. Um, they did pull away, but that's their reaction to fear. That's what we all do, fight or flight. And would you rather them fight or step away and then come back? Me, I'm a fleer. In my life, I did not want to fight. I would always escape from situations, and I like it when people, escape and then come back when we're calm and talk. And I feel that's what they're doing. They're more of a calmer person. And here, the Four of Wands, they're, the fiery. It ends up being balanced. There's joy, there's celebration, but it's balanced energy with the four. It's a solid foundation of energy. So I feel like they just are stepping away to calm down, process, and then things will be fine. Um, what does he think of you? Let me see here. So we've got the Three of Cups here. It's joyful. It's, celebration type of energy here. I almost felt like the Two of Cups, and I feel like they feel like you are a part of their posse. They're part of your group. I'm not sure if it's romantic or not, between you guys, but I definitely feel like you're part of their tribe. So they're not. I feel like it's this energy that comes in with that is, you're not somebody that they'll just discard, that you're an important part of their tribe, and of they feel like you're in their life for a reason. So I don't feel like they will, you know at a drop of a hat, throw you out with the bathwater or whatever. So I like it. Yeah, so I feel you're fine. With all of this, it'll come back and be balanced. So yeah, so very good. Yeah, sure, Amy, you can definitely do that. I'm gonna be on for a little much longer here. Um, but I'm gonna start lightning round on into the free readings here. And but if anyone does want to make a donation, I will go deeper into those as well and complete them during the session. So yeah, feel free to do that, Amy. Alrighty, you are very welcome. All right. So let me see. We left off here. I believe with Richard Duta or Dutta. So we are going to start the one card readings, and we'll be a little faster with the free ones, just because I'm at about 2.5 hours, and 3 hours is about when my balancing is out of balance. So you want to know the personality of the person coming towards you in love. We have the Seven of Pentacles here, Seven of Sacred Circles, which is someone who is patient, um, definitely grounded, and they're not in a rush with the Seven of Sacred Circles, because that is what's the last thing that grows on a fruit tree? The fruit. And so they are, very, very earthy. They're enjoying the moment. They're not so much about getting to a destination as they are living in the now, living in the moment. So very, very, I was going to say very granola, very hippie in the moment, which I think is a positive thing. They're just very, very earthy, very grounded. And I like that. And they're just about, they'll pay attention to you. What are you saying? And they're very intent and they pay attention. So I like that. And that is what is coming through. So many blessings to you there. And I did have the, okay, so the Cash App came through. So thank you so much. Let me scroll down here. All right, Amy, thank you so much for your donation. So if you want to, I don't think you've popped your question down there yet. So if you want to do that, you will be up next. Oh, I think you did actually up here. Oh, actually, no, you were just asking if I was still doing free readings. So if you want to pop your question down there, just for the sake of time, I'm going to pull a card here for Sonia, and you'd like a reading. So let's take a look here. You want to know, how will your tomorrow's exam be? So let's take a look here. All right, so how will that be? Well, you have the strength card here. So tomorrow's exam, you definitely have the ability to do very well on it here. I love this card coming in because it shows your empowerment that is coming in. And so, when I love that they have a lion, because I usually call the cat mind is our human mind. When we go into fight or flight mode and we are fearing, we go out of our mind. We push out the intelligent, compassionate, loving person out of our brain because we go into fight or flight mode, and it's a little 2-year-old that's just trying to feel safe and feel in control again. So when unless we're test anxiety, interview anxiety, stage fright, all that comes in because we have a fear, and we're gone. And that's why we can't remember words or remember stuff for a test or remember what we wanted to say in an interview, because that part of our mind is cut off. So what you can do, you have the strength and the power to take deep breaths, meditate, whatever you need to do to stay calm before going in, going, you know what? I have all that information that's stored in my subconscious. Everything you've studied is there, and you're able to ask your higher self, which is the other person in the card, bring that back to my memory. Okay, thank you. So when you're calm and you have this peaceful uh, aura about you going into the test, then you do fine because you have all that information, you have access to it. So if you start to feel yourself panicking, just take deep breaths, in through the nose, just that brings back the intelligent part of you. So that strength card, very positive card. So I feel you will do well in tomorrow's exam, Sonia. So just do your due diligence and studying and just store all that stuff up there. So I like it for you. And thank you for being a new subscriber as well. Hopefully, we'll see you around some more. All right. So many, many blessings to you. And let me just make sure here. All right. So I think that's where we left off there. So, Amy, thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know here. So, does your partner, Jacob the Virgo, miss you despite the rough patch we're going through right now? Oh, oh, good. Well, good, Amy. I'm glad that's helping you there. So, Amy, for your question here, do they miss you? And let's take a look here and see what we have here. What else do you want Amy to know? Right, that there, that there. Okay. All right. It's funny because that same card came out with what you were talking about there, with the anxiety and balancing stuff. Um, Well, they definitely have emotion here. The King of Cups is balancing of heart and mind because all the kings, they're given a second portion of air. So they do balance their heart and their mind. They do have emotion there. And here we have the Five of Cups. So they still, there's still painful emotions that they feel and joyful emotions too, because the Five of Cups is all about feeling all of those, emotions, both, what we feel are loving, unconditional loving, positive emotions, and our fearful ones rooted in fear. But I feel like they are, Virgo, they're very much earth based. They're able to balance themselves pretty well. So they have a good solid grounding. They can get into their mind, and do that here, which makes sense here with the Ace of Pentacles, which is this balancing, you know, um, yeah, so there is this, you know, uh, Ace of Pentacles is this new way of looking at their worth in relationship to the outside world that they're going through, which makes sense with what you just said there too, and the Strength card, of course. So, um, they still have the emotions there. Yeah, yeah. So it's all part of their healing here. I mean, they still have emotions, they still have that here. I feel like you're wanting there's actually a deeper question here, as well. And just so you guys know too, hey Seba, if you're still here, when you retract your message in your donation, it actually retracts the donation too. So if you're still here, just know that that just took the donation back. So a donation was not made after all. So uh, I know a lot of people don't know that. So when I see that, I just like to make sure everyone knows. All right, let's take a look here. So I feel like you're more wanting to know maybe um, if they have intentions of, reconciling. If you're wanting to know that. Oh yeah, no problem, Sib. I know. I know you didn't do it intentionally. That's why I like to let people know that. All right. Mhm. Yeah, and you have the death and the rebirth here. So I feel like it is definitely going through a transformation and a change. I feel like they're not sure what they're wanting here with that here. Yeah, they have the full card. So you have both the death and the rebirth and the full card, which these are all about a new path, a new journey, more free of expectations. So I feel like they are just trying to figure things out, trying to see who they are now, what are they wanting in their life. So I feel like they're definitely on that journey, like you said, where they're just trying to heal, they're trying to understand themselves, and I feel like they're undecided at this point. Yeah, so that's what's coming in there. Alrighty, so hang in there. I know it's the not knowing drives us freaking crazy. Yeah. But while you're waiting, the thing that happens when we're waiting to find out what someone else is choosing to do in our life, it is happening for us too, because while they're doing all that, which, like you said, you're doing your inner work too, that you're both working on raising your love vibration and your self love. And so while we're waiting on them, it's like, okay, yeah, we're like, I wonder, but spirit always points us back to our self love, because when we're raising our love vibration, you never know. You might be like, you know what? I think I'm okay with going in this different direction because I see where I want to go now. Whereas when we're in our lower vibration, which has some fears, we might be drawing ourselves to someone that's having the lower vibrational love too. So, yeah, 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 I understand. Definitely there. So, continue to work on that self love and raising that love vibration, because when we do, it also makes the other one come. If we're meant to be together again, the more we work on our self-love and the more they work on their self-love, the faster it brings us back together too. Otherwise, it's a slow movement. So that's what I always encourage everyone to go. The thing that you can do to bring yourself back or bring you to the love of your life is working on your self-love, because that speeds up the outside world too. So hang in there. Sure you can. I'm going to go to the other ones real quick here though. I will come back to that just for everyone else that has made a donation. I do want to honor those as well. So you can definitely ask another question, but I'll come back around to you if that's cool. All right, Seba, thank you so much for resubmitting that, and thank you for your second donation. And so you want to know, why doesn't FA block you from WhatsApp? And then why did he leave Instagram? Okay. So let's take a look here. So why don't they block you? And why did they leave Instagram? Okay. Let's take a look here. All right. So it's interesting here with this King of Wands, the King of Staves here. It feels almost empowering to them. It's weird. I They want you to see them. They want you to, it seems not, I don't know, maybe it does feel a little I would say power, and not empowering. I feel like it does feel like a little empowering to them. And it's like there's this, um they want to be able to show you what they wanna see, but, they can ignore you if they want. Kind of that feel of like, um, I don't know. It just it empowering is not the word, not power hungry, but, they just want this power trip. Thank you. It's like a power trip in a way. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna block you. I could block you at any moment, but I want you to see what I put out. And if you say something to me, I can ignore you or not. I feel like they want that. and I don't know why, but that's kind of what I'm feeling and picking up from this King of Wands. It's not normal the energy there, but it feels very, I just want to show my power, kind of energy. Um, and why they left Instagram, I feel like they just felt it was the best thing for them. The Wheel of Fortune is changing things that are for us, and the Justice card. I just feel like they felt out of balance with that, and they wanted to um, just not invest the energy. I don't feel like they were getting out of that what they wanted, and so they just left it because they just felt it wasn't worth it for them. They have the scales. They just felt the scales were out of balance with the amount of energy, and they just felt it was time, with the Wheel of Fortune. It's the endings and new beginnings. So I just kind of feel like they just were like, I almost, again, I feel like they're kind of a dramatic person, but it's just like they were like the drama that they were getting for it wasn't worth it for the energy they were putting into it. uh, and um, and so I feel like they just wanted to go to one thing, if that makes sense. So that is what is coming through for that, Seba. So hopefully that helps with all of that. So many blessings to you. And Alex, thank you so much for your donation. You want to know what is to come in love, please? Let's take a look here and see what is coming for love here. All right, what else? All righty. All right. So you've got a lot of thinking going on here because you've got the 7 of Swords, which is about what of our own thoughts and beliefs or what deceit has been there. And the 6 of Swords is about leaving behind old ways of thinking to go to new ways of thinking. I feel like here there's because of you also have the 3 of Swords. There was some disappointment, some heartbreak feelings in the past that had to do with a third party, and I feel like this is what is all going through this change. There's going through this huge transformation because I feel like the Tower card is such an important piece. It's like it's taking all of this and it's putting it all in here, and it's almost solving this energetic block that's you've been feeling like you've been having regarding love, which is the Tower tells us that w- people are moved out of our lives on purpose for a purpose. You know, we experience what we were meant to experience, but then when it's done, they are moved out of the way so that to make space for who is next to come into our lives and to clear the pathway to move forward. And that's what I feel like this pathway is being cleared here. And when you're changing your beliefs around what this meant about you, like if there was a third party situation, it doesn't mean that you weren't good enough and that you weren't you know worthy. It's just like it was a situation that was meant to reflect back to you what you wanted to see about yourself, so you could release some of these fears, so that you wouldn't have it with where you go forward in the future, not in the beginning. In this, the 9 of Wands is like there's been this block that's been keeping you from moving forward because they wanted you to be able to release this because your higher self and your posse doesn't want those old beliefs that go back much further even before that. It was just a mirror for you to see it so you could release it, so that when you move forward into love, you're going to have such a different perspective of who you are, what you deserve. And it just allows it. So it's like I almost feel like spirit has been blocking you from meeting new people. Um, it's like they're showing me I can't say the word on YouTube, but it's called blocking, and like there'll be like your best friend in the bar or at an event, and someone's coming up to flirt with you, and they're all "Pew," and they just knock them out of the way so that you can focus on you to prepare you for what's coming. And so I really like this because you are freeing yourself from a lot of um, beliefs around that third party type of situations that, no, their actions do not mean about anything about my worth. They are telling me about them and their unhappiness. I couldn't make them happy because they were unhappy on the inside, but I deserve a deeper love. And I feel like that is what is coming in here around this, Alex. So that is what is coming through. So many, many blessings to you. All right. You are very welcome, Alex. Let me take a look here. All right. So thank you so much, Amy, for your other two donations. So thank you. You definitely, let's take a look here. Yes, I do see that. Thank you. So let's see here. All right, Amy. Yeah. So if you want to ask your two questions, Amy. All right. So there we go. Question one. Is there anything you could do or say? All right, very good. So let's take a look here and see what they have for your first question there. Okay. Yeah. So, so for the first part of that, is there anything that you could do or say towards your partner, Jacob, for your relationship to move out of the standstill stage? So this is the first part of it, and then I have two cards for the second part of it. This is, really joy, celebration. It's leave behind the emotions that no longer serve, like, any of the memories, any of the emotions that don't serve you guys moving forward. Allow that to go and not focus on those anymore, not focusing the energy on your fear. Because the Four of Wands is joy, celebration, balanced energy. And so what we do here, and it's actually the second part too, anything that you can do for your relationship to improve. It's basically the Nine of Swords is focusing on our fears, and the Four of Cups is focusing on the joy, the higher love, unconditional love, the chalice, not the cups of the outside world. So the combination of both of these things two together is in your interactions, focus on what you do want to grow, with them. And then in life, the same thing, because the energy does the same thing, right? So, yeah, kind of, and I'll explain. So we've got the when we focus on what we're missing in life, then we're very co-creative with our energy. We tell the universe, I'm enjoying missing him, missing things. So can you please give me more things to miss? That's what we're doing with our energy. Or if we're focusing on things in our life that we don't like, I hate this. We're telling the universe, I enjoy hating things in my life. Can you give me some more things to hate in my life? And they're like, sure. Because that's what we're doing with our energy, right? We're like, no, because when we focus on our fear of losing something out of our life, we push it further away. When we focus on bringing something into our life, I mean, like we fear something will come into our life, we're actually drawing it in. So what we do is we make it a change of our habit because we're taught to do that as humans. Focus on what you fear will come in, focus on your fear will leave. So you can try to control it all, but our energy is actually working against us. But when we focus on gratitude, so we're telling the universe, I enjoy being grateful for things. Can you give me more things to be grateful for? And they're like, sure. And so you can do that with them too. So Yeah. Well, you can make it a change, it's so you can start focusing on what you're grateful. You're grateful, like, I'm grateful that we still communicate, you know? That we're not like totally things cut off, right? So I'm grateful for the communication we have. I'm grateful that they're still in my life to this extent right now. Um, but you can also do that with them, um, you know, a relationship, and you do it sincerely, when I focus on telling someone, you know what I really appreciate about you is like you never give up on your friends. You're always there for them and stuff. That's something that I really, really like about them, right? So we can do that. And then also focusing on unconditional love and joy, like it said, with the joy and the laughter and the peace. It's making it because the energy does get communicated to each other. And if they feel like you're focusing on, I need to be back with you, and if they're like, I need freedom, I need to feel openness, we're pushing them away instead of going, I'm letting go of as many of these fears and expectations. I'm focusing on joy and all of these. And it's a matter of that we change our habit, and we change a habit, like I mentioned here on my channel. Whenever I'm trying to change something, this little handy little thing is a very important tool because it's always with us. I usually will put an alarm that's vibrating and silent so I don't drive everyone around me crazy. But it's like every hour, even sometimes every half hour, come back to gratitude. What am I focusing on? So I'm changing my habit because I'll get drawn back out here and then it draws me back. I'll get drawn out here and it draws me back. So that is what they're focusing on there. Yeah, exactly. Self-love is hard, but we're already investing so much of our energy in maintaining all of that. It's actually um it's staying out of fear is the hardest thing, because the fear is what draws us into confusion and everything. It's when we're focusing more on gratitude, unconditional loves, it brings us into a space where we're in power, not a little 2-year-old child self. I call it a cat mind. um, our intelligent, compassionate, loving higher self, when it's in charge, we have peace and things flow so beautifully. But when we're in fear, we're freaking out and doing things that are stupid because we're doing unintelligent things, unloving things, and uncompassionate things. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that is what we have there for you. Everyone else that's asking if I've done your readings and other things, I'm completing the donation ones, and then let's see where I was at here. Yeah, and then Amy, type your second question there. Um, I am too, I think Virgo girl. Needy, you're like a few away yet, and I'm almost to my third hour. May not be able to get to yours here, because my energy is waning, um, and my stomach is growling, and my blood sugar is dropping. So I wish I could get to everyone, but it does get quite long, quite fast here. Let me see here. Yeah, I've got a ton more here. Let me just take a look here while she's typing her second question. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's quite a bit left here. All right. All right. So, Amy, thank you so much. So, your second question. So, how does your friend view and feel towards you? An old friend in high school. Wow. All right. Let's take a look here and let's see what Spirit wants you to know around the Scorpio. How do they view and feel towards you? All right. All right. All right. So we got the sun card here, which is very bright energy, of course. So it's a victorious card. It's a very bright. So they view you as, very energetic, very fiery, very bright, and very, saying here. Um, which makes sense here too, with the Queen of Wands here. So they see you as someone very energetic, very when you focus your energy on something, you get things done. So I feel like they have a lot of this left over, okay. Yeah, that they have this yeah, this is Leo energy for sure. And there's this I feel like they're remembering a lot of how you were in high school too, just just cha cha cha. But I feel like you just have always had this inner brightness, this inner spark that you just go and go and go there as well. Another victory card here too, the Chariot. So with both of these, they're happy about the reconnection here. This is movement forward, but I feel like they're in the middle of this power of choice energy that comes in here too, because they are the ones that choose what they think and how they feel, what energy they want to invest in. And with the 10 of swords, they are letting go of a lot of expectations from the past. I feel like they're approaching this as a new friendship as well, a new connection, trying not to allow the old ways of trying to be who they thought everyone's supposed to be, all the supposed tos and the shoulds, the need tos. I feel like they're just really allowing things to unfold and be what they are, trying to make it free of expectation, free of intention. I feel like they're just kind of like going with the flow with it here. So, when you're asking their feelings and stuff, I just feel like they're just like they like the reconnection, like the joy, they like your energy. I feel like you guys laugh a lot and they like this bright feeling. But I also feel like they're just kind of like, yeah, it is what it is, and you know, let's see where it goes, kind of energy around it. So I definitely see that here coming in here. So I like it. I like it. It's it is a positive thing. Absolutely. And thank you for your donations. I greatly appreciate that, Amy. And I'm excited for your adventure. I know it feels like at times, you know, the it feels like life can be all over the place, but I really encourage setting like the alarm, at least every waking hour or a few times a day where it brings us back from because we can get sucked out into the chaos and the fears, bringing us back to the center of just focusing on this gratitude and what am I grateful for? And when we're doing that, we'll see the energy in our life changes the more we focus on, that side of things. So I like it, Amy. So thank you so very much. Thank you, Needy, so much for understanding as well. I I'd rather wait and have it be, truer instead of my stomach beginning to eat at my brain and the communication being staticky. All right. So I am hitting my 3 hours. So I am going to go ahead and close out this session, but I will be back this evening. I am here, um, twice a day on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. I'll actually be back in 5 hours for my evening session. Um, with you being, you know, um, subscribe to my channel, if you go into your notification settings and make sure all is selected, you'll be notified an hour before I go live. And you can jump in and to that. And actually, it's like getting in line for a free concert with no assigned seats. You can get in line by posting your question. And I do start with those. So you can get your question in early with those as well. So, that is how that works. And I am here um, Wednesday through Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And if you're needing an answer right away, if you go to my main page by clicking on my name, bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, you'll see playlists, and I have a ton of pick a cards around love and abundance and life purpose. We got the monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign. I also offer personal readings if you're ever interested in those at a reasonable price. All that is listed in the description box of the video down below as well. So, a lot of opportunities, a lot of free content. And thank you guys so much for all your love, all your support, and for your thirst and hunger to hear from Spirit. It's definitely my honor, and I wish I could get through everyone. So, my apologies to everyone that's not able, I didn't get to today in this session. Thank you again for all the thumbs up you've given the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So, thank you guys so much for that. And I shall return. So, until then, please know that every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. You guys hang in there. You take care, and we'll see you soon.